Does anybody have any questions, or is there anything that you want to share with Attila? All right, you have a few. Scoot over here. All right.
Thank you.
How about it?
Attila, very inspiring film. I truly enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Very professional looking. I was wondering how much did it cost to do the whole film? Also, was the car crash real?
Good questions. Well, I'm going to answer the second question first. The car crash was real. Actually, we bought the van, we bought the Mustang, and we crashed it. That was actually downtown LA. We did not have a permit to do that, but we did it. So,
The doors are closed.
The doors are closed, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Michael. And to answer your first question, everybody's asking me about the money, like how much it costs to make a movie, especially make a movie in LA. It's super expensive. Even the movie that looks like a super low budget is still several $100,000 to millions of dollars. My answer to that is, if I tell you how much it costs, you wouldn't believe me. So I would better just keep it in the secret.
Good answer. All right, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Any other questions? If you could just let us know your name and how you're kind of related to the group here.
Hey there, yeah, I'm Nick. Hey, Attila.
Hey.
Just congratulations, man. I thought it was an amazing film on so many levels. The characters and the depth, and it just had so many dynamics to it, which I kind of have to watch it again to capture it all, but I really felt like on so many levels you captured so many things. I think you've got a really different eye than other directors I've seen. The way you shoot as well, just in itself was amazing. So yeah, thanks a lot for inviting us. But my question is,
Thank you very much.
how did you find directing and being in it so much? Because I was like, wow, you was in it a lot, and then you was directing it, and obviously you did a phenomenal job. How did you find that? Was that difficult?
It's a very good question, and during this film, I found out that I'm not an actor. because seriously, acting is a very hard thing. People underestimate the job, the preparation that it goes into bringing a fictional character to life, not only to life, but making believable. Because the audience, like you guys, are very smart, so the emotion portrayed by the actor has to be very genuine to sell the emotions. So to answer your questions, this was my first and last movie that I'm going to be in front of camera. My job is behind, directing and writing. Yeah, but if you're an actor, good luck. It's not easy.
I thought you did a very good job doing both.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
As you know, Attila, I are an actor, and I thought you did a great job.
I appreciate it, Michael.
I would encourage future efforts
Appreciate that about
in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Anybody else? I had a few hands. We'll get to you somehow. If you could say your name.
Yes, my name is Zhenya. Attila and I met at the University of Tulsa. When it comes to writing, how did you choose which moments to turn in the movie?
Well, that's a good question, because the whole movie happened very, very instinctual. I listened to my instincts, which is why if I wrote something on a page and we ended up on a location filming, we had to adapt and readjust so often. And that is when I learned that there's a reason why people say it's one thing when you write a script, and it's a completely different thing to bring that script onto the big screen, I had a great editor, Itai, who helped a lot in post-production, cutting out lots of fat in the film and the redundant scenes. But overall, it was a great learning experience. And by the way, I just want to use this opportunity and mention Zhenya. Zhenya is a very good friend of mine, and his father, Yevgeny Yevtushenko, is a Nobel-nominated poem writer, and he couldn't be here with us. He passed away several years ago. But there is no person in the United States who had more influence than his father had on me. And I very much appreciate those 2 years I had a chance to take a class with your father and learn from him, because no person, I'm yet to meet a person who is more captivating than your father was. And I very much appreciate you for being here with your beautiful fiancée. So thank you.
Itai, also, you had mentioned, I believe his father was up for a Nobel.
Yeah, Nobel nominated writer.
That's pretty impressive. And thanks again for coming all this distance.
Yeah, thank you.
Who's next? Who's going to add?
I don't so much have a question, but a comment. I recall a lot of cold, dark nights hanging around on the streets down in downtown LA,
Yeah.
in East LA, and it didn't look like a lot of money being thrown around, but I think you made the movie look like $1 million. So.
Hey, thank you very much for you saying that, and thank you, David. David was super useful. He has a very good company. It's called Hollywood TV Cops. He rents out people for the movies, actors, police officers, military. And thank you for saying that, and I just want to say, the movie was at the Cannes Market, and we already sold it for more than 20 countries worldwide, which is a huge success. And thank you very much for the crew and who believed in this project, you know. So yeah, it's a great news, and more territories are coming. Thank you, David.
I think we saw David in the video there, and I know as an actor, it's very important to have realistic wardrobe and the cars, etc. So Attila made absolutely the best of it. So I think you're undercutting it, saying it looks like $1 million. I think it looks like a few million to do that. You did a great job.
Thank you.
With
Thank
inflation.
With inflation. Yep. I'll come this way and just throw you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. My name's Jared Landris. I've known Attila, I don't know, going on over a decade. We have been through heated track battles together. We first met at University of Tulsa when he was one of my biggest rivals, actually. I couldn't stand the guy. He came and I was, you know, at that time kind of the person to beat, and he came in unexpectedly, and he pushed me harder than anybody that I've ever known in my life. And I've been so blessed to be able to be a part of this, you know, to be named as an executive producer in this. It's been an amazing journey that I've been able to witness from the birth of an idea of walking around a campus university talking about subjects and talking about visions, and even in my own capacity couldn't believe, you know, it being put to writing and put to process and put to film, and, you know, nothing but not surprised of this man's passion and drive and what keeps me going each and every day. And so, you know, he's a brother to me, and I, you know, I'm so happy for you, Attila. And really my question is, you know, dynamically, you know, I have a brother, I have siblings. How working with your sister and how, you know, directing and leading, obviously, you know, her nuances as, you know, an introductory actress who I believe, just like you know, did a phenomenal job. And those dynamics at play and being able to lead and direct, and is there any sort of conflict or things like that throughout the nuance of your production?
That's a very good question, because the way I treated my sister was exactly how I treated pretty much everybody else in the movie. And making a movie is very important to establish a chain of command, not a chain of respect, but a chain of command, because in my career everybody's always respected. So I was very direct and straightforward with her, and if she did a bad job, you know, I yelled at her sometimes. Just kidding. No. Thank you, man. Very appreciate you flying in here last minute. You just came in today. You're flying out tomorrow. Thank you very much for being here.
Quick follow-up on that. How many people here were actually in front of the camera? Actors or parts of the movie? Anybody? I know we're limited by the social situation, obviously, right there, to do that. Is there a counter, or what is Attila like as a director? If you want to give us that, not as a brother. Let's not go there, but just as a director.
No, not as a brother at all. But I think Attila is amazing, incredible. He is biggest inspiration to me, and I believe to a lot of other people and the whole cast, pretty much, that we worked on the movie. It was not easy, but I think it all came together because of him. And I think Attila, you're amazing, and you really truly are my biggest inspiration. And thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for saying that. But one person can't make a movie. It takes a team. Like in the beginning, we said it takes the whole army. So it was Ishan, super big thanks the way he did everything, and as I mentioned, the other people here. So thank you guys. Yeah.
Let's go behind the camera now. How many people were somehow in the crew or in production here? Anybody want to raise a hand? Anybody want to give other insights on how Attila is on set? Anybody brave enough? All right, I think we have a question here.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, how did you and Ishan meet up?
Well, that's a good question. Ishan and I, we go back more than 10 years right now. We met randomly in a gym, pretty much. We shared each other ideas. We hit it off well, and we have a very similar mindset. And we both decided we don't want to be like one of those people who just like talk and no action. And we embarked on this crazy journey because we didn't know at the time how hard it is to make a movie. So we believed that we can make a movie. And we started out with like a $150 camera, which evolved into another movie, and 5-6 years later, it became the movie we just watched. Yeah.
And did I see Itai in the film in the airplane?
Yeah, good catch. Yeah, Itai has a very short couple of seconds in the airplane. My editor, Itai, great guy. Thank you for existing, Itai. You're gonna work more. Yeah. And I just want to mention, lots of actors in our film who are SAG members, they couldn't attend tonight. They had to cancel last minute just because, I don't know if you're familiar with, but there's a very serious strike going on, writer's strike and acting strike, which we support. But this movie is a non-union movie, which allowed us to screen to the studio. But the actors, unfortunately, they weren't able to attend because of that.
And for the record, I am a non-union actor as of now, and I support the strike also from the sidelines on that. Itai, where is Itai?
Itai is there.
Do you want to comment on that? There's lots of praise being heaped on you, and if you also want to make a statement of your future acting career, also, if that's going to be, this is the first or.
No acting. I'd say, as far as working with Attila, he is very collaborative. He always, with everybody in his team, there's always that, how can I make the film better? It's like he's always looking for people to challenge him and his ideas, and it's like, this is what I'm trying to do, how can we get there, kind of thing. And a lot of the, of course we meet and then I edit by myself and then we watch it together and we cut some stuff together, but also a lot of the editing just happened just going to lunch in between after watching the screening of the film, the post-system cut, and just having conversation over lunch or something like that, and a lot of the editing kind of happens in those conversations. So again, it's a lot of fun working with Attila in that sense. So
thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Itai. Thank you.
Do you want to comment on your future acting career?
No future acting.
All right, a few more. Anybody else? I have to go all the way back over.
Yes, you do.
Absolutely.
So, congratulations, Attila.
Thank you very much.
I'd love to hear about the casting. You had some great faces.
Mhm.
Where do you find all the casting? I'd love to hear about the affiliation with Homeboys.
Well, Homeboys, for those of you who doesn't know what is Homeboys, Homeboys is the largest gang rehab center in the world. Meaning when people come out from the jail and they are struggling of getting a job, they are welcome to visit Homeboy, and Father Gregory Boyle, who started the foundation, he welcomes those people with a big heart. And some of them become actors, other of them go into different industries. But through certain people, I met people like Richard Cabral, Cesar Garcia, and the relationship, everything happened very organically. And because of that, when I needed a casting, I didn't have to go to agency or management, which is sometimes impossible to deal with. But those actors, they suggested me, hey, can I bring my friend? Can I bring my friend actor? So things like that. I met people who ended up starting in movies like Suicide Squad or Fast and the Furious. So it was very organic because it was the word of mouth. And that's what gave me confidence that we have something going on when people reach out, wanting to be part of this movie, part of the journey. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
One other thing that I noticed from the discussions, learning about the movie, that it wasn't a set script. And you were saying that it evolved maybe over the lunchtime discussions, etc. And that shows a lot of confidence and intelligence, actually, in
Thank you.
a director, because a lot of times when you go into projects, this is the way it's written, this is the way we're going to do it, don't deviate from it. How do you feel about going in where the script kind of evolved? Did you plan to have it evolve, or?
Well, first and foremost, I consider myself a director, then a writer. So my script was more like a guideline, like what to do, what to film, what kind of locations to look for, But yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's a good thing that you're the same guy, because sometimes directors fight with writers and writers fight.
And you know what? I'm very happy how the movie turned out. It's not a traditional movie. It doesn't follow the Hollywood, let's call it the writer journey, and which is why apparently it's doing so well overseas, where people are a little bit more welcoming to the, out of the box ideas.
And there's one other thing that we had discussed previously, that the graphics that were on there, the animation, wasn't just, I went down the street and got a local animator.
Yeah.
Where was your animator from?
No, a good question, because I have to mention her name, Mio Yamanaka. She's from Japan, and actually she cannot communicate in English, so I had a translator, but we were Zoom calling back and forth. It's a 6-minute animation we have in the movie, and those 6 minutes were all hand-drawn. No computer was used. That was a process that took about 6 months. She's a very famous animator in Japan who draws for very famous animations that you're probably aware of. So I was very fortunate that she responded to my cold email.
Nothing easy, as they say. Last few questions or comments? Anybody want to add anything? All right, I'm going to have to do the Phil Donahue and run him all the way over here. Good thing I play ice hockey. I'm in decent shape here.
What's going on? My name is Mac, and I've known Attila for over a decade now. We train at Equinox, and I'm trying to remember when we first met. Was it on the bus to Equinox, or was it at Equinox?
I think maybe on the bus, actually.
Yeah.
We didn't have a car at the time. So
Yeah, we didn't have a car. So we were taking the bus early in the morning, like 4 or 5 in the morning, and we hit it off and started talking about all our ideas and everything. But so I'm curious, when did you come up with this idea, and what were some other scripts or other things that evolved into this, and then why did you choose this script or this movie as your first movie to do?
Good question, Mac. And Mac is also somebody who flew in today, so I appreciate you being here. Well, I choose nothing, I just made with resources what I had available. and this is what it turned out into, and it turned out great. As a result of this movie, I have like 3 projects in development right now, and thank you. And because of this movie, people like Peter Billingsley, Michael Schoenberg, those are the names who made movies like Django Unchained, Pulp Fiction, The Iron Man. They reached out to me, which was surreal because usually I'm the one who always called emails to people, but it seems like we did something good. And I'm very excited for the next project. It's going to be a completely different level. It's going to be with very well-known actors. So I'm very excited to bring forth those stories for you.
Can you give us a little insight on what it's about? Anything you could share?
On a cruise ship, it's like a Taken on a cruise ship. Another one is an MMA story, a fighting movie, which is very inspirational. I believe it's a drama. And the third one is a horror action with a very strong female lead. Think about the movies like Kill Bill, for example. Yeah. So that took up my time a lot right now. I'm super busy with those things.
Quite impressive that you have those queued up to do that. Last ones. Anyone? Hey, did he do a good job on this flick? Anybody?
Well, guys, thank you very much for being here. I know it's super late and we took a long time with the red carpet. You know, we got a little bit too excited. But I appreciate you being here. I know it's running late. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for everybody who flew in. Thank you very much for my casting crew. And I'm very excited to chat with you later, the next coming days. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Michael.